What's happening, people? Welcome to this video. If you're new to the channel, first of all, I'm Bradleywalkr, I'm a personal trainer from Glasgow. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to properly grow your upper chest. There's a lot of bullshit out there, there's a lot of very common mistakes that all the big bodybuilders are telling you, right? I've been a skinny guy and I've actually genuinely went and built my chest, and I'm going to show you what genuinely works. If you go and implement this, you'll start getting a big chest very, very quickly. Again, some of the tips are a little bit unconventional. The big bodybuilder guys won't agree with it, but trust me, if you implement these, people will be asking your secrets to grow your upper chest. Now, that being said, although you are here just to learn to grow your upper chest, I am going to give you a full workout because I want to give you what you want, but then actually give you what you need as well. So, you're going to leave here with the correct tips to grow your upper chest, but also a workout to go and implement as well. Hit this twice a week and you'll get some massive tits. Let's go. If you're wanting to develop your upper chest, a lot of people just go for the incline dumbbell bench press or maybe an incline barbell press. However, I've basically learned through my extensive knowledge and years of training that this typical incline pressing doesn't really work. And the reason it doesn't really work is because of the direction your muscle fibers run of your upper chest. Your upper chest basically attaches in here and it runs down into your shoulder. So if you can see that sort of motion, this means your arms need to be down here, whereas a lot of people are incline pressing up here, and that's why they're not really getting that developed upper chest. So basically we're training with Cobra today, and he's talking to me about training his upper chest and developing that. So I basically showed him this movement, and we're going to go run through the form for this right now. Honestly, go give this a try. Like, remove the ego, remove the stigma of, oh, this is how I need to train upper chest, just because every other bodybuilder says it. Give this a try, and I guarantee you feel the difference. With this, form is going to be crucial. You want to make sure you're really controlling that eccentric part of the motion and trying to feel that upper chest stretch as you're doing this. Bringing these back, go sit up on the bench. First things first, we're getting the chest high, arch in the back, make sure we're up. Then we'll come up to this starting position. Now I'm going to show you the bad form first. So first one is you're coming out really wide when you're incline pressing, and this isn't going to hit your upper chest. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down, elbows tight to the body, nice and slow, pausing at the bottom for a second there, and then we're going to come up in a scooping motion, controlling that down nice and slow, and then coming up in that scooping motion, really trying to feel the movement more than anything else. We're going to run Cobra through the form, and we can show you with him. First things first, getting him up to the top. So as you can see here, Cobra's got a nice big arch in his back, keep his chest really high, keeping his shoulders pinned back. So controlling that down nice and slow, mate. Feeling that stretch out in the eccentric, pausing there for a wee second, and then bringing it up. Now the reason we're introducing this little pause here is basically it takes the momentum out the movement and allows the chest to be doing all the work. Cobra's form's obviously spot on here, but as you can see, his elbows kind of coming up in like a scooping motion. His elbows are pretty tight to the body as he's coming down. So instead of him pressing away out here, he's more in here. Excellent form, bro. Just see how many reps we get.
I lost count.
I don't count the reps, mate, I just make them count. Let's remember and slow down that eccentric, right? So I'm going to get it for 3, 2, 1, good. Excellent, bro. Sort of see Cobra's arms shaking a wee bit here, right? And that's just with the tension being on the right muscle groups there. A lot of people start stalling when they feel that shake, but this is actually push through, good. Let's go again. Coming up, up. 2 more, go. 1 more.
Jeez, that might make me work.
So movement number 2 for developing your chest, right? This is going to be a kind of whole chest movement in general. It's going to be a cable chest press. Now this is great because it keeps a constant tension on your pecs from the start to finish. And what I kind of tend to find, right, is see when I'm at the top here, I can actually feel the inside of my chest contract much more. And what I've personally found is it helped it develop it. Now I'm not going to say this targets your inner chest. However, from my experience, I have found that that is what's happened from this. With this as well, you're not going to really be able to see it, but my upper chest is really contracted when I'm in this position as well, just due to the angle of the bench. So, pressing, controlling it back slow, getting that stretch, and we're going elbows wider on this one. Actually doing this post incline press, and I can really feel it in my chest as well, man. That incline press is really put blood into that upper chest, and I can feel it contract like fuck now. Just a couple of form tips for that as well. Always really arch the back, keep the chest really high. Allows you to get a bigger stretch across your chest. If you're kind of sitting like this and your shoulders are coming forward, you basically eliminate a lot of the stretch in the chest and don't get as much development from it. Go over this with Cobra as well now. It's going off 3. It's coming in. Go. One more. And squeeze. Control it back. I think his facial says it all there. That was a good set. Yeah, boy. So just another topic to touch on in this video, which kind of goes with the theme of it. Just listening to the biggest guy in the gym, or the person who's got the build that you want, listening to what they do isn't always going to go and work for yourself, because you don't know where they're starting from, you don't know what they look like before they started training. What you're actually better doing is looking at the people who have trained lots and lots of people, who have got lots of similar results, because their methods are then more tried and tested. Like, so many times I've spoke to people about changing up their incline bench press movement. I've posted on TikTok before and got all sorts of hate, like, oh, what does this guy know? Ronnie Coleman does it. All this sort of fucking shit. It's just such a narrow perspective. Now, just to give you a good story, I trained this guy. He was a football player and he wanted to get bigger after his football career. And he basically was like to me, my coach, he's like a big African guy, and he's really built, and he says all he does is high intensity circuit training, and that's how he got in shape. And I'm just like, bro, that's how he got in shape, because he was already genetically huge. You being a skinny guy, that's not going to happen, right? But his theory has got confirmation bias, because he's only just saying what's worked for him and how he's got that result, but he's not looked at what actually all the fucking bodybuilders before him went and done, and that is consistently lifting more weight over time in a hypertrophy rep range between 6 to, let's say, 15 or 20 reps. That's how you build muscle. So listen to the skinny guy who got big, and not the big guy who's just got bigger. So movement number 3 for chest is going to be a chest fly. Now, the reason we're doing this is because it completely isolates your chest and it makes sure none of the other muscles are doing the work. And this is essential to get your chest to develop, because it's very easy for your shoulders and stuff like that. Basically take over when your chest is getting tired and you're doing sort of stuff. Basically, with your chest fly, first things first, starting position, getting this out nice and wide, make sure you feel that contraction on there, sitting up chest high. We're going to take this back nice and slow until the elbows get just behind the body. If you're there, we're going to pause for a second, drive the elbows in and squeeze here. At the top, I'm thinking about trying to extend my arms as far away as I can. I get extra contraction on my chest. I've got big long levers coming back, and that makes that chest work a little bit harder on the way back as well. Pause there for a second, bring that in, squeeze the elbows into the centre, and hold it back for 3, 2, 1. Pause here for a second, bring it in quick, squeeze, make sure the hands are extended as far as they can go for that extra contraction. We'll take it back, 3, 2, 1. Just like that. So now, let's go get into it. So this exercise is going to be for your shoulders. We've obviously done a lot of chest work. This is a push day, so we need to hit a little bit of shoulders. Front of your shoulder, also known as your deltoid, basically has been worked while we'll be doing all this pressing. So we're only going to hit kind of side head of your shoulder, probably better showing you my inside deltoid, if you will. What we're going to basically do is lateral raises. You might know them as side raises. With these, there's a few form tips I really want you to implement, because you find a lot of people are doing them and they're spinning up like this. It's just taking all the work off the muscle you're trying to hit. If you're ever doing these and you're doing that, like, just watch your form in the mirror and actually fix it. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to stand up tall, keep our chest up high. This is going to put our shoulders in a better position to actually lift this out to the side. Next up, when we're going out to the side, this is me directly at the side. I'm coming slightly in front of my body here, because the fibres of the muscle move in that direction. We're going to control it down slowly here, stop them just before our arms get completely to our side, because here the muscle isn't under tension, here it still is. Taking this up, controlling this down. So basically the top of the movement, here, my shoulder should be higher than my elbow, and my elbow should be always higher than my wrist. And then also I like to kind of go, if you look at the weights here, I think about I'm pulling out a can of juice, and that's going to basically make sure that the side deltoid is getting all the work here. Controlling that down slow. The lowering portion of this movement is where all the work is getting done. Go light with these and make sure you're really feeling that muscle work. Pausing at the bottom and taking it up to the side deltoid. But right now I can feel my deltoids already starting to contract, and I'm only using freeze here. Holding it at the top for a wee second, controlling it down, nice and slow. My shoulder is a little bit fucked up now, but I'm going to show you with Cobra doing the form here, and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to stand behind Cobra here and basically just spot him when he actually needs it. So when you're ready, mate, take him out to the side, controlling him down. So let's try and slow it down more in this eccentric portion. Up for like there, go. Good, go. Try and get this elbow in front of the body, Mel. Up, control them down. Hold it there for a wee second, controlling it. Go up. Can you hold it at the top there for longer? And then coming down slow. Up for there. Good. We're going to do a free pass through you, right? So this is good if you're with your pal. So up, control it down. You're helping them up, control it down. And then last one up, and controlling them down. Did they feel a bit heavy?
Nice.
Koba's, what age are you again, 22 or something?
22.
He's a fully grown fucking man. He's a specimen, right? He just told me he was doing lateral raises with 20 kilos. Mate, I've never went above 12. Ever. I can't believe you're doing that, man. How many reps you get there? About 8 or something? 9?
Making the reps count, right?
Get that one in. Is a move. What? And next up, we're moving on to the last. Fucking hell. And next up, we're moving on to triceps. Hut chest, we've hut shoulders. Now it's time for the triceps, right? Last part of the push movement. What we're going to do, a single arm cable extension. Now with these, I prefer these to the usual 2 hands at the one time because we're really able to focus on that tricep and making that do all the work. So there's 2 ways you can do this, right? You can either just try and force the weight down and take all the weight off the muscle that we're trying to hit, or you can do it sensibly and make sure the tricep is doing all the work. As we're locking in, elbow tight to the body, so now my elbow shouldn't actually move. All the movement should just come at the forearm. So for here, I'm extending the arm by tensing my tricep, and then I'm gradually just releasing that contraction as we're coming up. Coming just past 90, and for here, I'm going to extend by tensing the tricep, really trying to squeeze that at the bottom here and make sure the tricep's taking all the load. And you will feel the difference when your tricep is doing the work. You'll feel the load on the tricep as you're coming up, whereas if you're going down, you'll notice your shoulders pushing you more into it, okay? So extending straight from the tricep, controlling it up nice and slow, like so. And you always start with your weakest arm, see how many reps you can get with what weight you're using, and then match it with the strongest arm. Let's go. So we want to make sure we're not getting any bounce in this, right? So how we basically eliminate that is when he comes up to the top, he's coming to a dead stop and then extending from there. And this is going to stop him using any momentum. And as you notice when he's doing this, his elbow's basically staying in the exact same place. So last movement of the day is going to be for your triceps. Now personally, this is my favourite tricep movement. It's called dumbbell skull crushers. You've probably done skull crushers before with a bar, but basically doing dumbbells, 1, each arm needs to work individually, but 2, you get a deeper range of motion. With the bench, I put it at a slight incline. I just feel the angle feels a bit better. You've got to lie back and see how my head's hanging off the edge of this. That's going to give the dumbbells enough space to basically come back. Pressing this straight up to the top, and for here, I think about locking in my elbows, keeping them in tight. I'm going to try and keep my elbow in the same position, and then I'm going to come down nice and slow all the way to the bottom, and then forcing up from there. During this, I'm trying to keep my elbows tight and keep the elbows in the same position. So all the movements, getting just bending at the elbow, there's no shoulder movement coming like this, you know. It's all about keeping that tight and going up for there. Locking the elbows in, rotate them in, good. Go for there. Coming down nice and slow, get that full stretch right to the bottom and go up for there. So see how his elbows no moving position, it's staying very still. That's what you're wanting, because if your elbows moving like this, you'll bring your lats into it to basically bring the weight up. So troops, that is the end of that workout. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you took some tips away that you can go and apply into your training. Now, if you found this beneficial, first of all, keep up to date with the videos by subscribing. But what I want you to really go do is check out my summer shredding series. You'll see it linked. There's a whole playlist, quite a couple of videos in there. And basically the whole point of this series is to show you how to start from scratch and get in shape this summer. Go make it happen. I look forward to seeing the rest of the videos.